David, can I ask what's the plan with Charlie? Are you just going to see how it goes, or is the plan for him to play some AFL, all going well?
Yeah, look, it depends how he performs and how he pulls up, but he won't play AFL this week. He'll play VFL again, and then we'll progress afterwards. So at this stage, it's tracking well. He looked good last week, and it was great to see him back out there playing.
Would you look to increase his minutes this weekend again?
Look, that's the plan. Yeah, we'll slowly increase it, and the high performance team, I have a lot of trust in our high performance and medical team, and they will control the amount of game time. And then once his form's to a state that's good enough to play AFL, then it'll be whether his body can handle the intensity of AFL. So there's quite a few factors that come into it, but we're not going to rush it. Charlie's well-being and health is our priority, and if at some stage that he's in a condition to play AFL footy and can help the team, then we'll select him.
But he would obviously need at least 2 or 3 weeks of footy, having not played for so long, just to be fair on him, wouldn't it?
Potentially. He looked okay last week. He's done a lot of training. That's probably the thing that people haven't seen, but we're not going to rush him. We're definitely not going to do that. We want him to come in. If he comes into the AFL side, he's got to come in and play a role and help the team. So he's no certainty to come in at any stage. If things progress well, then we'll play him. If not, we'll protect him, whether it's from a body point of view, whether it's from a form point of view.
How's Patrick pulled up this week?
No, he seems really good at this stage. He'll train today. As long as he gets through training today, then he should play this weekend.
What about Mark Murphy, David? Does he get back in the side this week, or has he still got a bit to go from that calf injury?
He'll train today, so he's a test as well. So we'll have a look at how he trains, and then we'll have a look at what his loads have been like over the last couple of weeks, and that'll probably impact his availability this week.
You must have been pretty delighted with how the midfield just dominated the second half of last week's game without the captain there.
Oh, absolutely. We had some other guys that got the opportunity and stood up, and they've been working really hard. And guys like Matthew Kennedy, Paddy Dow, they've had to spend time in our VFL program to upskill themselves so they could come out and take on that mantle and take on the responsibility. And obviously Sam Walsh spent a little bit more time in there as well. So we're really excited. What we do love is the ability for guys when opportunities arise to step up and be ready to go. And we've still got some guys at the moment still in our VFL program that are putting their hands up and trying to break into the senior side.
There's a lot of
There's a lot been said about Sam Walsh's impressive form. Would you say he's the best young player you've worked with during your time in football?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, on the spot. Oh, look, I've loved the way. I love the person that he is. I love the way he goes about it. His willingness to buy into to the team and to play his role, and being a number 1 draft pick and probably always been touted as being the best. His ability to execute his role and do what the team requires of him. At times we've pushed him out to the wing, pushed him out to half forward. I know he'd love to play inside, but he always puts his hand up and says he'll do anything for the team, and that's probably the area I've loved most about his games.
It's obviously Ed Curnow's 200 this week, David. Just in your time at the club, can you take us through what he's been like for the group and as one of the leaders of the club for so long?
Yeah, he's a great person. His family, they're a beautiful family. They're very caring and thoughtful of others. Ed's journey is a great journey for a lot of players out there. He drafted, delisted, worked his way in, broke his leg, got onto a list, became a tagger. Like, there's so many different chapters to his story, and I think it's great. The one I love, I think he's a probably 1 or 2 time club person of the year. So I think that in itself is an indication of who he is. He cares about others. He puts the club and the team first. And look, he's been great for this footy club, and it's good to see him get to 200 games because it hasn't been easy, and he's worked really hard. And that's probably the one thing I think anyone that knows him knows how hard he works on his game and on his craft. And I think it's great. I know our boys love him. He's quite annoying too. Let's not forget that. He can annoy the living daylights out of all his teammates, but they love the way he does it.
he said earlier this week he was going to keep playing until he annoyed you too much. How much longer do you reckon he has got to keep annoying you?
No, he's I don't mind him annoying me. I'm quite comfortable if Ed Curnow's annoying me.
Big week for Harry Mackay, David, potentially looming matchup potentially on his brother. Can you foresee some time that he'll spend on Ben?
Yeah, well, I suppose North Melbourne will make those selections, but yeah, look, that could occur, and I think what he's such a professional player. He'll go out there, and regardless of who the opponent is, he wants to be the best he can be and play his role for the team. So this week's no different. Yep, I think there's a great story from an external point of view, but for Harry, it'll be an opposition player and an opposition jumper that he wants to beat and play his role. So. I think he enjoys playing at Marvel Stadium, so it'll be good to see him out there. We just need to make sure we get the delivery down there to him and give him some chances one-on-one.
How have you seen North's progression throughout the year? Obviously not starting great, but they've come into a bit of form over the last few weeks.
Oh, I think it's been great. I'm not going to lie, being a former Shimboner, I keep an eye on them and I want them to do well. Not this week, sorry, all the Shimboner fans, but I think David Noble's done a great job. Obviously, they were hit by injuries at the start of the year and they've started to get some of their more experienced players back, but then you see the growth of the younger guys and the way they're playing. So it's going to be a great challenge for us, and they're in good form, and we need to make sure that we continue to focus on what we can control and continue to grow. We've got some areas of our game we want to get better, and this week's another chance to go out there and improve, and that's what we want to do.
Do you feel you're on a roll though? You're sort of getting to where you thought you would be with how you're playing and the results you're getting?
We're starting to play a little bit more consistently, particularly with our defence. Our offence is probably something that continue to improve a little bit. It's probably dropped away. So I think we've been a little bit more consistent with our effort. Well, not so much our effort, but our execution over the last 5 weeks. So in terms of are we getting it? It's a work in progress. We've still got lots of areas to grow and improve, but the guys' attitudes, the way they're going about it, their buy-in, particularly buying into the team aspect, I think is something that I've been really pleased with.
David, how have you viewed the development of Tom De Koning? Obviously, a bit short on ruck stocks at the moment. Has been in there single ruckman and Jack Silvani providing relief ruck the last few weeks, coming up against an experienced opponent in Todd Goldstein this week. How have you seen his year and his growth?
Yeah, look, Tom's been really good for us. He's stood up, and then Jack's ability to go in there and compete. We know the passion and the competitiveness he plays with. So they're both very important. Tom's had some big challenges, and as a ruckman, most weeks you get big challenges, and last week he had Brodie Grundy. This week he gets Todd Goldstein. Doesn't get any easier. So he looks forward to it. He's been dying to get that opportunity to be our number one ruckman, and he's grabbed it at the moment. He's playing some really nice football, and he's working really hard on his game. He wants to get better, and he understands that he's still got some growth, or a lot of growth in him, and he'll keep working hard on that.